goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul.
Hi, Dan at the Surplus Store here. Now, Nuprol have had a little bit of a checkered past. They've had some great products. I'm a big fan of their 3.0 Nuprol gas for my MSK, and some missteps. We've got some of the original 0.43 gram BBs on our shelf that have swelled so much you could use the bottle like a baseball bat. Because of this, when I first heard they were bringing out an AEG range, I was very dubious. There are a lot of things that could go wrong with a full rifle, any of which could take the whole thing down. So they came in with quite a point to prove. And they go a long way to doing it. The Pioneer Defender is Nuprol's start of the range rifle, an AEG for players starting out into the sport not wanting to spend too much on a new hobby. It's a mainly nylon reinforced plastic construction with metal stock tube and outer barrel. There's a couple of nice touches. The hop cover dummy bolt locks back for easy hop adjustment, a feature that's installed across the range, a rail system that's clamped onto the top rail that makes it surprisingly solid, and folding plastic sights. Now, I've got to say, the plastic does look and feel cheap, but having an MSRP of $129.99, stocking the same gearbox as the others, and even sporting an aluminium type ball barrel, more than makes up for it. The Recon Alpha is Nuprol's next offering, which jumps up to a full metal rifle, or metal where it should be metal and plastic where it should be plastic, with a slimline key mod rail locked onto the forend and metal iron sights. This is where we start to see the quench polish quench finishing coming in. Now, I don't know enough about the process to tell if it's the real process or just styled after it, but whichever it is, I really like the finish. It's not something you see every day, and it looks and feels great. Only time will tell how hard wearing it is though. With an MSRP of $214.99, this really is one to consider. A decent metal body and a steel type bore at a great price. The SOP mod is Nuprol's standard M4, based around the US Special Forces rifle. Now this is the rifle you've probably seen 100 times on the skirmish field, with detachable handle-based iron sights, a figure 4 front sight, and all the features of the other metal body rifles, including the 6-position crane stock, rear sling plate, and it comes into us with an MSRP of $214.99. Now this is the wild card. The Freedom Fighter is billed as the CQB puppy of the pack. It's shorter, comes with its own rail and different 6-position CQB stock, which does mean that it has to have a slightly different sling plate. If the G&G Firehawk has taught us anything, it's that everyone loves an amp cone flash hider, and sitting up front, recessed rather nicely into the rail, is an amp cone flash hider, paired up with a supplied folding foregrip, and it's priced up with an MSRP of $249.99. If the Freedom Fighter is the wild card, the AK-21 has got to be the ace up their sleeve. Starting off with a standard M4 lower, but with a beautiful, or hideous depending on your opinion, monolithic single piece upper receiver, styled from the Arak-21 in real steel. As far as I know, it's the only airsoft version. The same features as the other rifles, with a folding cocking handle that stays open like all the others in the range for ease of hop adjustment, and a rather cool, if slightly odd, set of 45-degree folding iron sights. This clocks in at $279.99. The internals are where these are going to live or die though. We figured if they're going to skimp anywhere, it would be on the budget models. So we opened one up. What we found was actually quite surprising. Other than the micro-switch trigger, low resistance wiring and steel tooth piston, what actually surprised me was a clean box. No burrs or unclean mold marks. The angle of engagement was a lot better than most. Not perfect, but a lot closer than most. Perfectly greased. I've seen some of these come in over-greased with horrible earwaxy looking motor grease in there. Perfect air seal from the Nuprol red colour piston and nozzle. Nice touch, guys. But the most surprising thing of all, this was perfectly shimmed. No excess gear wobble anywhere, and unheard of in this price bracket, and frankly in some much higher. These gearboxes are standard across all the models, and they're impressive on the mid-range models, let alone a rifle costing 130 quid. Although there must be something different. All these rifles chronoed at 340 to 350 FPS, except one. The Pioneer Defender hit a top notch of 360. Still sight legal with a little hop, but something to be aware of. Nuprol haven't tried to bite off too much with these rifles. They don't do anything hugely different, but what they do very well at a very good price. They're in stock now at Crawley Surplus Store and surplusstore.co.uk. I'm impressed, guys. Keep up the good work. If you like the video, please remember, hit that subscribe button and check out all our other pages. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
I think a fall angel just walked by. I think a fall angel just walked by.
I think a tall angel just walked by. There goes a sight from my soul.